welcome to Live Interactive English. This is Karen.
Hi, I'm Shane.
Today we're looking at day 1 of Secret Eskimo Escape.
Ooh.
And the vocabulary words are opposite.
Opposite.
Seth did the opposite of what I had asked him.
Goods.
Goods.
The truck delivers goods to the store early in the morning.
Scarce.
Scarce.
Money was scarce, so Paula had to take on a second job.
Pursue.
Pursue.
Dean went to Paris to pursue his dream of becoming an artist.
Spiritual.
Spiritual.
Karen isn't a spiritual person, as she usually focuses on real-world experiences.
Is that true?
No,
Are you not a spiritual person?
I am very spiritual. This is not true.
I'm sure you are.
So what are we talking about today? I heard you going like this today.
Yeah.
Does that mean you're really cold?
No, it means that the topic is a little bit cold.
But the topic is a little bit cold.
Yeah, because we're going to be talking about people who are from Alaska, some native Alaskans.
Really?
Yeah.
And from the northern part of Alaska, right? So like a really, really small town.
Really cold, really small town.
A group of young native Alaskans.
That's right. And they're going to be traveling to America.
Really?
Yes.
That would be a really, really different experience,
To
right?
pursue their dreams.
So some people, I remember someone wants to be a vet and another,
Veterinarian, right?
That's right, and another wanted to, take care of his family, make more money, wants a better life.
Right, so they all have their own reasons for wanting to go there, but it's going to be a very big change because we both come from different countries and had to move to Taiwan. And you experience a lot of cultural differences,
Culture shock. That's right.
Right, and so for us it was difficult, and we're from a big city to another big city. But if you come from a small town to a really big city, that's really tough.
It is, but I think it's a great thing though to go after your dream,
Yeah,
right?
maybe to help support your family and yeah.
And see what the world is like out there.
Okay, well let's learn more about their adventures in today's lesson.
Sounds really interesting. Let's
Okay.
go.
Enjoy.
Secret Eskimo Escape. Imagine trading your way of life for one that's the complete opposite. This is the basis of TLC's Secret Eskimo Escape, which follows a group of young native Alaskans as they leave Alaska to chase after their dreams. Mary, Tamara, Frank, Nuala, and Q come from small towns in northern Alaska where winters are harsh, goods are limited, and jobs are scarce.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Mike.
And today we're reading day 1 of our article called Secret Eskimo Escape, which is a TV show on TLC.
That's right, the Secret Eskimo Escape. We should mention the word Eskimo. This is what we call native people from the northern areas, especially of northern North America. So we think of northern Canada, Alaska. Think of those areas of ice and snow very far to the north, up by the North Pole. Well, the native people of those areas as a group are often called Eskimo, or there's another term that we use more today, Inuit, I-N-U-I-T, which in their language means the people. So Inuit, Eskimo, we imagine them living in igloos and hunting polar bears and doing stuff like that. But of course today, many of them are modern people and they live in towns and drive cars and hunt food at the supermarket.
So we think of people who live in a very cold and snowy area. And then we think of our own lives, and sometimes we wonder if we would be able to live the way that they do.
You mean if we moved from Taipei to suddenly far north in Canada or Alaska, could we survive? I don't know. It would be a big change.
We would have to learn a lot.
A lot of difficulties.
But similarly, if they came to a city life, they would probably be able to survive, but it would be very different.
It would be a change of life for them, that's for sure.
So our article begins by saying, imagine trading your way of life for one that's the complete opposite.
Wow.
What does opposite mean?
Something that's opposite is exactly the other way. So if you think of up, then you think of down. If you think of yes, then you think of no. These are opposites. We often put things like left, right, black, white, hot, cold. These are opposites, right? It's exactly the different way that you can go. For example, Seth did the opposite of what I had asked him.
Seth. So the Inuit, or the Eskimos, are being moved to a new life. And this is the basis, our article says, of TLC's Secret Eskimo Escape, which follows a group of young native Alaskans as they leave Alaska to chase after their dreams.
Ah, they're chasing after their dreams.
Now that means to try to pursue something. If you want something, so you try to go get it. What they want isn't in Alaska. It's somewhere else, so they have to leave Alaska to chase their dreams or follow their dreams.
Oh, like leaving a small town to go to a big university or something.
Yeah.
If you want to be a doctor, you have to chase those dreams, especially as a young person. Let's find out about these Eskimo, these Inuit friends. Mary, Tamara, Frank, Nuala, and Q.
Okay.
Q, that's a good name. Q come from small towns in northern Alaska. So they're American. Of course, Alaska is the 50th state up there near Russia, where winters are harsh. Yes, Alaska is very cold, difficult, cold winters. Goods are limited and jobs are scarce. We get the idea. It's not an easy place to live.
Certainly
Harsh
not.
weather, when we say something's harsh, it's very difficult, really hot or really, really cold. Goods are limited, it says. What are goods?
The word goods, especially when it's pluralized with an S, refers to things that are bought and sold. So goods can be anything from what you find in a supermarket to what you can buy at a shopping mall.
Okay.
Now, because jobs are scarce, that means many people don't have much money to buy these goods. Let's use the example sentence for goods. The truck delivers goods to the store early in the morning.
Okay, so people can go to the store and buy those things, those goods. And if jobs are scarce, well, something that is scarce, it's hard to find. There's not very much of it around right now. So for example, before a typhoon, if you go to the supermarket, the instant noodles, the palmian, will be scarce, right? Everyone's buying noodles and big bottles of water. It's hard to find these things. They are scarce. For example, money was scarce. So Paula had to take on a second job. She didn't have much money, needs to work more. All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to find out more about these Alaskans going down to warmer parts of America. We'll see you next.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。Eskimo 就是爱斯基摩人，他们是住在北极圈附近的原住民族。那么 Mike 老师提到，现在对这个民族比较常见的称呼是 Inuit。Inuit Inuit 因纽特人。好，今天的文章就是要介绍旅游生活频道的节目《远离爱斯基摩》。你就想象一下，把你的生活方式换成完全相反的样子，那这就是这个节目的基础。他们就试着去追踪一群土生土长的阿拉斯加年轻人，他们离开阿拉斯加去追寻自己的梦想。好，那片语 chase after 表示追逐、追寻，它意思就跟 pursue 是差不多的。那么 opposite 这个单字在课文里面是名词，表示完全相反的人事物。那这边有两个单字 goods。Good 加上 s 就表示商品货物。那当这个意思来解释的时候，我们固定要复数形式。再来看 scarce， 它是形容缺乏的或是不足的。好，接着回到课文中。
Secret Eskimo Escape. They met each other online and made a pact to go to San Diego together to pursue their goals. Mary wants to become a veterinarian, and Tamara's dream is to be an actress. Frank just wants a better life for himself and his family, while Nuala desires to experience other cultures. Q, the most spiritual of the bunch, wants to find ways to help others.
Okay, so we have 5 friends from Alaska who are planning to go down to chase their dreams in warmer parts of America. I guess they're going to maybe California. How did these people meet? How do you find 5 people who all want to leave Alaska at the same time?
Well, you might think that they all met each other in school because
Maybe.
they're all young people.
True.
But not in this case. In this case, they met each other online. And they all made a pact to go to San Diego together to pursue their goals. We used that word pursue earlier, but let's explain the phrase to make a pact. A pact is like an agreement that keeps everyone together. If you make a pact with other people, then you all have this shared promise to do something.
Okay.
What does it mean to pursue?
Well, pursue is basically the same as the verb to chase. It's to run or go after something or someone. So, for example, in many movies and TV shows, the police will pursue the bad guys, or in a cartoon, the cat will always pursue the mouse. It's always chasing after the mouse. So it's just another way of saying running after or chasing someone or something. For example, Dean went to Paris to pursue his dream of becoming an artist, to chase his dream to become that artist he's always dreamed of being.
Now they all have this pact to go pursue their dreams.
That's right.
But they have different dreams. And we have 5 people. Mary wants to become a veterinarian, an animal doctor.
Yeah.
And Tamara's dream is to be an actress. Well, I guess California would be a good place to do that.
Yeah, they don't make many movies in Alaska.
Not too many.
No.
What about Frank?
Frank wants a better life for himself and his family. So he's thinking of making a big move with his family as well. So he's checking it out. While Nuala desires to experience other cultures. Like many young people, she wants to, go and see new and interesting parts of the world. And lastly, we have our friend with the interesting name Q. What does Q want?
Q is the most spiritual of the bunch. And Q wants to find ways to help others. Spiritual is something that relates to religion. So a person's belief in God, or their faith in other ways, or just the feeling of being connected with other people or the world, is what we talk about when we use the word spiritual. We have an example sentence for spiritual.
Yes,
Mike?
we do. Karen isn't a spiritual person, as she usually focuses on real-world experiences. She's not busy praying or having a relationship with God. She's focused on the real world. So she isn't very spiritual, but of course many people, billions of people in the world are. So that's totally cool. Let's take a short break and we'll be back to find out more about our Alaskan friends in San Diego. It's very warm there. That's going to be interesting. See you soon.
旅游生活频道的节目《远离爱斯基摩》，他们追踪了5位阿拉斯加年轻人离乡背井去追寻梦想的故事。那他们在网络上认识了彼此，一起约定要去圣地亚哥去追求他们的目标。Mary 她是想当兽医 ，Tamara 是想当女演员，那么 Frank 他是想要为自己和家人开创更美好的生活。那么 Nuala 他只是想要体验其他的文化。最后这个 Q 是这群里面最重视心灵层面的，他想要找到帮助别人的方法。那这边出现了2个单字 pursue 这个动词就表示追寻追求，那意思就跟我们刚刚说到的 chase after 还有 run after 这2个片语是差不多的。再来看 spiritual， 它是形容心灵上或是精神上的。如果我们在字尾加上 ity， 就变成名词 spirituality， 表示精神上的事物或者是宗教方面的灵性。好，那我们接着回到课文中。
Secret Eskimo escape. Going to a new place is difficult enough, but an added challenge is having to turn away from family responsibilities. Frank's mother counts on Frank to put food on the table. Mary's mother needs Mary's help to support the family. Although they love their families, these young Alaskans must leave behind their old lives in order to create new and better ones.
So the 5 friends are going from Alaska to San Diego.
Down there in San Diego. San Diego is very close to Mexico.
It's quite warm down there.
Yeah, it's very warm. This is in California, of course. It's between LA and Mexico. So it's pretty far from Alaska. And of course, the weather would be totally different.
You wouldn't find many igloos in San Diego.
No, only for about 10 seconds. And then they'd melt into water because it's too hot. Well, for anyone, if you're Alaskan or Taiwanese or Australian, anyone in the world, going to a new place is difficult enough, right? Moving around, changing your home, going to a new city, it's difficult. There's a lot of things to get used to. But an added challenge for these kids is having to turn away from family responsibilities, okay? If something is added, it's extra. It's an extra thing. And imagine if you were really important to your family, if you worked and helped out around the home to do jobs for maybe your older parents. If you suddenly left, they would really miss you, not just because you're not there, but because they don't have people to help them. So these are the family responsibilities they will have to turn away from as they, go down to another city.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Now, responsibility is something that you have to do. So family responsibilities are ways that you have to help your family.
Cleaning out, making money for the family, cooking food for people, and that's Frank's problem, isn't it?
Well, Frank wanted to bring his family with him, but first he has to go see what San Diego's like. And his mother, Frank's mother, counts on Frank to put food on the table.
That's right.
Now, of course, she doesn't mean to actually just put it down, but
maybe he's a good chef.
Maybe he is, but also to provide the money to pay for food that they put on the table to eat.
That's right. We often use that expression to say, my dad puts food on the table. It doesn't mean your dad is a cook or a chef. It means he makes the money that you use to buy the food that you eat. Okay, what about Mary?
Well, Mary's mother also needs Mary's help to support the family.
Yeah.
Maybe it's working, or maybe it's taking care of the kids or cleaning the house or something like that, because each of these young people have their own responsibilities.
Absolutely. Although they love their families, they really do, these young Alaskans, they must leave behind their old lives in order to create new and better ones. Absolutely. It's a sad story that happens in many, especially Native, Indian, Aboriginal communities, where there's not much for the young people to do there. If they want to get a good job or go to a good university, they must leave behind their old lives. If you leave something behind, you put it there and then you walk away and you don't come back and get it. Many of you, if you've left a home to go to school or work, you might have left behind your friends, your pets, your family, your loved ones. Of course, you can fly back, but you won't be seeing them every day, maybe, once a year. And that's a lot to leave behind, to just put down and kind of walk away from. You're walking away from your old life, but you're hoping to get a better and newer one.
Now, we're going to finish up the article for today, but join us next time and we'll continue reading about this new show called The Secret Eskimo Escape.
S-E-E. We should see this show. S-E-E, Secret Eskimo. Anyways,
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll find out more about these interesting kids and their great adventure.
圣地牙哥 San Diego， 它是位在加州的南端，非常靠近墨西哥了。那它气候非常温暖。从阿拉斯加来到这里，对这5个人来说，不但要适应气候、适应新环境，那还有另外一个额外的挑战，就是他们必须背弃家庭责任。像 Frank 的妈妈，她都是仰赖他在维持温饱的。Mary 的妈妈也是需要他帮忙养家。虽然他们很爱自己的家人，但还是得要抛下旧有的生活，然后才能够开创更好的新生活。这个片语 leave behind 就表示抛下或是丢下。那么课文里面的 put food on the table 不是真的把食物放在桌上，而是指去喂饱家庭，去维持温饱。所以当我们说 my dad puts food on the table 就表示是我爸爸在养家糊口的。好，另外 added 这个形容词它表示附加的、额外的，所以说 an added challenge 就是额外的挑战、附加的挑战。好啦，那以上是今天的讲解，同学们别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 我是 Yvette， 又到了 Grammar Express。今天要介绍的 TLC 节目叫做《远离爱斯基摩》。读到文章一开头 ，Imagine trading your way of life for one that's the complete opposite。想象一下，把你的生活方式换成完全相反的样子。这个节目追踪一群阿拉斯加年轻人离开阿拉斯加，追寻他们梦想的故事。首先，我们看到 trade A for B， 用 A 换取 B。Trade 在这里当动词，表示交换或者是交易，常用 trade A for B 来表示用 A 换取 B， 或者是把 A 换成 B， 也可以说成 exchange A for B。Gina traded 3 apples for a peach。Gina 用3个苹果换了1个桃子，也可以改写成 Gina exchanged 3 apples for a peach。追逐自己的梦想固然是好事，但也有很多困难要面对。Going to a new place is difficult enough, but an added challenge is having to turn away from family responsibilities. 前往新地方已经够困难了，但一项额外的挑战则是要背弃家庭责任。片语 turn away from something 用转身离开这个意象来比喻背离或者是不再接受或使用什么。Young people nowadays are turning away from traditional cell phones. 现在的年轻人慢慢的不再接受传统的手机。接着我们看到下一句 Frank's mother counts on Frank to put food on the table. Frank 的妈妈仰赖 Frank 来维持温饱。及物片语动词 count on 是表示仰赖、依靠或者是指望，和 depend on 或者是 rely on 的意思相近。常见的用法有 count on somebody to 加原形动词，仰赖或指望某人做某事。count on somebody for something 也是仰赖某某人的。count on something 是仰赖或依靠某事物。You can count on him to finish the job on time. 你可以仰赖他准时把工作完成。Ben counts on his scholarship to pay the tuition. Ben 依靠奖学金来支付学费。以上就是今天介绍的用法，谢谢收看，拜拜。
3, 2, 1, action!
Marty 成功的还原过去，坐时光机回到了1985年，一切都似乎恢复原貌，但是却发现了一些意外的惊喜。
George, when are we going to move to the new house?
We have a new house?
Yes.
Well, just as soon as they finish painting the tennis court and revamping the swimming pool and the
tennis court and the swimming pool?
Yeah. But it will be sad to leave this place though. So many memories of your kids and my days as a struggling writer.
You're a writer now, Dad?
Of course, your dad has published many bestsellers.
That's my husband, George.
Oh, anyway, don't you want to check out your new car?
I have a new car?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad!
You're welcome.
Bye-bye. George.
Oh, Lorraine.
George.
哇 ，Marty 回到了1985年，他现在居然有一台新车，真是爆丢啊！然后他说，一开始还说啊，我们要搬新家喽！哇，什么时候要搬新家呢？爸爸说 ，just as soon as they finish painting the tennis court and revamping the swimming pool。哇，他们现在要这个在那个网球场重新这个上漆，而且呢，还有一个游泳池要重新装潢整修，他用到了 revamp 这一个动词 revamping. Alright, we have to wait until they revamp the swimming pool. 哇，那真是豪宅，又有这个 swimming pool，又有 tennis court， 那不是豪宅是什么呢？那老爸就开始回忆当年啊，但是现在这个小房子 ，it has so many memories of your kids 啊，你们小孩就在这个房子里面长大的。In my days as a struggling writer， 也有我那当年打拼的日子。他这边用到了 struggling，struggling，struggling 就是努力的、奋斗的、怕表中的、怕表 ing 中的这个作家，但是他现在已经成名了，因为他已经成功的出版了许多的这种脍炙人口的小说 ，publish 出版 publish publish he has published many bestsellers， 他已经出版了很多的这种畅销排行榜上面的这个小说，哇，那儿子是哇太棒了！当年他爸爸不是不敢写，连写出来的东西都不愿意给他看吗？现在居然真的是发挥他的专才，然后成为一名成功的小说家，而且他还赚到一台跑车，真是太棒了！呜呼！他去改变了后面的历史，但是会不会有什么其他的后果呢？请继续收看电影《龙卷风》。